Reality is confused. It is catching up with your infinite self. If you haven't noticed yet, you have another you. The silent one within. The one who has descended into this world of affliction to experience something an infinite being will not otherwise. That is, the infinite became limited to experience limitation in this dense and heavy world. The light being became physical, to feel what it is like to be heavy. What it is like to be wounded. Or to be embraced by the one you love. To be crushed completely under the pressure of this heavy world. And yet still rise from the ashes like the phoenix. But the pressure is lifted the moment he is found within you by you. You, the outer man, finds the inner man. And the kingdom of heaven flashes before your eyes for the very first time. You realize that your mind has a lot to do with what you experience in this world. The philosopher's stone flashes in front of you. What if my assumptions, and what I think is true of my world, becomes my experience? What if, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he? You see, an assumption though false, if persisted in, hardens into fact. This is a perceived reality. Mind over matter. So, to outsmart this illusory reality, you must assume your own assumptions. You must define what you want then assume that you have it. Sounds absurd, right? Well, reality is stranger than fiction. You don't get to outsmart something by playing by its rules. What is considered normal in this world is in fact abnormal. We are beings of light having a temporary physical experience. We have subjected ourselves to this dense reality. But we haven't forsaken ourselves here. Nor we have been abandoned by the source. We have just forgotten who we really are. And the end game is to remember once again who we are. A journey of exaltation of the mortal into an immortal. And this journey will be carried out in the imagination of man. Whatever we can saturate our consciousness with imagination will become our reality. The more you control your assumptions and your self-talk, the more this reality shapes itself to show you who you really are. So, to outsmart this reality, don't play by its rules. Imagine your personal reality the way you would like it to be. Don't look into this reality in search of results. Your assumptions are first, and this reality catches up to you because it is confused. It is confused with your old self and the new self you have assumed from this moment. You must stick to your new self and your new assumptions. Reality has to come towards you, so it is doing the catching up. If you are lost in a mundane routine every day, you are playing by the rules of this reality. Your everyday thought is programmed to repeat. And so, nothing really changes. You have fallen into a state, as Neville Goddard taught, that there are infinite states already present in the mind of God. Poverty is a state. Riches are a state. The rich man, the poor man, the beggar man, the thief are not different minds, but simply different arrangements of the same mind. There is only God in this world. So, when you say I am, and I say I am, it's the same God, but we have arranged the structure of our mind differently. We have different concepts of self, that's all, said Neville Goddard in his lecture called The Perfect Law of Liberty in 1971. And what he says is demonstrably true, because there are many examples of completely down and out men, making it big in the world once they changed their mental state. Robert Downey Jr. is a good example. Going from an addict to a superstar. Same man, but two different arrangements of mind. But majority of mankind is programmed to recycle thoughts in a loop, changing very little if at all. So they are lost in the matrix, like a programmed sequence. This is what is called the illusory dream world, or Maya by the ancients. Because you have fallen asleep. You are in a dream, and you don't even know that you're in a dream. Therefore you are not acting out of free will, but a programmed sequence. And to outsmart this reality you simply have to break the pattern by silencing the mind. And realize what you are doing. Realize that you are dreaming. This is the moment when you begin to cause reality rather than just deal with its effects. This is the moment when you realize that you are already whole and complete, as you have the individualized aspect of God within. As Nikola Tesla said, now, where do we fall into place in this endless creation? We are the presence of God at the point we are. Therefore, the best way of living the life you want is to get into a relationship with the inner man. That is, the individualized center of God awareness within. And admit personal impotence. Neville Goddard states in the book The Power of Awareness. Self-surrender is essential, and by that is meant the confession of personal impotence. I can of mine own self do nothing. John 5:30. By the way, you can read or listen to many of my recommended books, like The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard in 10 to 20 minutes or so on short form. You get a condensed lossless summary of the most famous and bestseller books, like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Kabbalion by 3 Initiates, The Hermetica, From Lucid Dreaming to Stoicism, and so much more. Short-form catalog is in the thousands and increasing steadily. Audio version of every book is available for you to consume on the go in minutes. If you'd like to sign up for short-form, the link is in the description for a free 5-day trial with a 20% discount on annual subscription for Stellar Thoughts viewers. It's an affiliate link. So, your sign up via this link supports this channel. The Bible tells you exactly where God is. And who is actually having this human experience. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you I speak not of myself. But the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. John 14:10. I recently tweeted this, and this is why we should admit personal impotence. Faith is not hoping and believing. Faith is knowing that with God all things are possible. And God does all things. Are you beating your own heart? Your consciousness is not even local. He is within you. Faith is easy when you know who, and where, and what God is. Faith is nothing but accepting that God does all the work. And where is God? If he is everywhere at all times, then he is within you. If all life comes from God, then the life within you is God's very essence. Therefore, God creates worlds, then individualizes itself to experience those worlds by becoming a player in the game. You, the player, directs, God walks through it. Since God is the creator of the game, if you present a significantly different idea to God, which goes against the existing programming of the game, then God changes the programming of the game to conform to your assumption. You see, it is a relationship. You direct via your assumptions or convictions, God makes it happen. But we have been programmed by the Matrix to fight fiercely for our limitations, to stay away from this co-creator relationship, because it is deemed popularly as illogical. But as Abdullah, the teacher of Neville Goddard, said to him, after you have proven this law you will become normal, Neville. You will come out of that graveyard. You will come out of that dead past where you think you are being holy. For all you are really doing, you know. You are being so good, Neville, you are good for nothing. When you will succeed in changing your state of being in the mind, you will see how the inner man works things, the way you could have never devised. It is illogical to think that our human mind has the complete picture you see. But most people completely rely on their logic to get through this illogical dream world, which the ancients warned us in so many ways to be illusory and changing. They told us that this is the world of Maya, a perception-based reality, where how you perceive it changes it. Accepting an illusion to be objective fact is illogical. But most people don't know it. Therefore they do not know what normal is. And if you play by the rules of this illusion, you will never outsmart it. Because you literally don't even know what its nature is. How can you outmaneuver someone when you have not a clue about their mode of thinking? You can only outsmart this world by knowing its nature and knowing your fundamental being or nature. You are an individualized aspect of the only thing that is real, which is God. All consciousness is borrowing from one source we call God, or the ancients called the All, or the one who cannot be named. The All is dreaming infinite dreams. You are a dreamer who is awake in this dream now. So now you can change this dream to become more lovely for you, because the dream and the dreamer are one. God is dreaming this dream in you. You are directing this dream in whatever direction you predominantly hold in your consciousness. And God within affirms it. Because he wants to have a genuine experience. He cannot or will not unleash full God power, as that makes the experience disingenuous. God became man so that man may become God. Neville Goddard. God wants you to lead this experience in your unique mode of thinking. As you are one of a kind and there will never be another personality like you. This makes each man a universe in himself. And we give God infinite experiences to enjoy. Once you understand this co-creator relationship, you will become normal. You will become balanced. And life will become more joyous and wonderful. As you will direct your experience from within, via your imagination, and God will make it happen. As that is exactly what this relationship entails. This is the point of this existence. Once you understand this, you will no longer be infatuated by the appearances in this world. And you will orient yourself from within. You will free yourself from the tyranny of the second cause. And you will begin to know they self. Then you will live a truly normal life. Where you assume with your imagination. And your infinite self makes it happen for you to experience. As Neville said, Your own wonderful human imagination is God. You would have found him. And this matrix will be outsmarted. The game will be won. The kingdom of heaven which is within will be open for you to enter.